Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Los here. We back on the throne of positivity, where the first is last and the last is first. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Today, I want to talk to you about trusting in God. Trusting in God. Whew. I had to close my eyes and feel that one because in this season, I have realized what it means, first and foremost, to trust in God and to be patient. Like, if you know me, I'm probably not the most patient person in the world. I am, yes, because I'm so stubborn and determined to do the things that I want to do, that I'm willing to be patient for them. But it wasn't true patience, and I don't believe I was trusting in God completely in the way that I should. So I want to just talk about what it means to trust in God and be patient. God spoke to me in August. Like, I was in Indiana, and when I was in Indiana, God spoke to me and he was like, "Yo, California's it." When I got back home from my flight in Indiana, I went to my apartment and I'm writing on my board, my vision board, and I already had California on there because I felt like God was speaking to me about that. And then, like, just different things were happening, and within those 2 weeks, I was able to move from Florida to California and drive and bring everything there. And I did it in such a radical fashion that I literally left everything that I had behind. Left my family, I left my possessions, my apartment, I broke my new lease, everything, and I just got up and went. I spent my savings, like my entire savings, I spent on this idea, this promise that God gave me to come to California. Now, that wasn't the hard part, believe it or not. It wasn't the hard part because what I felt like God promised me is that, just like Abraham, he told me, "I'm going to bless you to such an extent. It's going to be so great that people who do not believe in God, when they see your life and they hear your testimony, they will have no choice but to acknowledge God in my life." Because this is not by my strength, guys. I did not come to California because it was my desire, my lifelong dream, and this is what I've always wanted to do, or I had this. No, nothing like that. God literally spoke to me, and within 2 weeks, He brought me to this place that I have never known. And I'm like, all right, that wasn't the hard part. But how do I trust God? I thought deceptively in myself, I thought that I knew that I was trusting in God. But over the past couple of months, I really realized, especially within the last 3 to 4 weeks where I was in the apartment literally alone, it felt like solitary confinement because, guys, I don't watch TV, I'll be honest. And I work from home. Well, I did work from home. And I would literally just sit home, pray, and think about all the things that are going on in my life and try to put them in place and order and this and that and the third. And it was just an anxious mess. But what I realized is, what does it truly mean to trust in God? And this is what I've learned. Trust is confidence. Trust is nothing more than placing your confidence in something or someone. And when you put your trust and your confidence in God, you will never fail. I kept going back and forth, and I'm coming to God like, "Lord, I don't know, I don't understand how this is not happening." Literally, guys, I'm still sleeping on my best friend's couch. I have no shame to say this because I know that I work hard. I know that what I do, I'm doing for the kingdom of God. I know where my intentions are. I know where my heart is. And I'll literally do anything for the glory of God. Like, I literally would do anything. I don't care if God told me to walk to California. I would have did it because my life goal is to be the closest man to the heart of the Lord. How can I be close to God if I don't obey God and I don't please him? So I'm here, and it's like, God, where's the disconnect? I thought we had a mutual understanding that something was gonna happen, but what I realized is my confidence wasn't in God. My confidence was in this almost like this fairy tale idea of a promise. It was so far ahead of me that it was just like I didn't connect. I didn't physically connect, mentally, emotionally, and intellectually and spiritually connect the confidence to God. And I'm at the place in my life currently that I'm just wholeheartedly trusting in God. And it's the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. Ever been in my life. Now I know what it means when David said in the Psalms, He leads me by still waters. He takes me out into green pastures. That's like such a serene environment or imagery or depiction of peace, tranquility, and serenity that's what I feel in my spirit now that I have committed my confidence to God. I don't care what I see anymore. I don't care how contradicting circumstances may be in my life. I will trust in the Lord. I will wait on Him. And waiting is not an action, waiting is an attitude. What is that attitude? It's an attitude that says, no matter what happens, Lord, I surrender to you. I trust in you and I place my confidence in you. And this is such a beautiful place to be, guys, that I just want to encourage you. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, with prayer and supplication, which is a humble request, with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will overtake you. And that's what has happened in my life. Guys, I can't tell you what's going on in my life. Recently, I had to leave my job because they wouldn't let me go preach in Ohio. I had like 40, 50 hours of PTO and they didn't let me take 3 to 4 days off. They were making it impossible for me. So I was like, you know what, Father, I'm going to trust you to the utmost. I'm going to trust you to the max. I'm going to just leave this and I'm going to believe you. We're going to go into full-time ministry. And this is where we at now. I'm trusting in the Lord. I got bills. I got to pay my car. I got to pay the phone, food, where I'm living, everything. Like those all take finances. But I'm believing in God to the extent that my very livelihood, the food that I would eat, everything, the air that I breathe, everything, Lord, I wipe my hands and I give up. I surrender because Christ said, why are you anxious? You have never seen a bird worrying about where its next meal comes from. You have never seen a flower of the field worry about its dress, of how it is clothed in dignity and glory with its petals of splendor and majesty. You don't see these things in nature, so why do we get worried? Why do we get anxious? Look, I place everything in the hands of God and I'm trusting in Him. And I hope this video encourages you. Seek God and just trust Him. Tomorrow doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So don't fear that which does not exist. And don't live so much in the past playing this movie over and over again that it stops you from living in today. Guys, what I want you to do is be present in His presence every waking moment. Just be in the moment that you are in. The key to fighting fear is thanksgiving. The fear to fighting worry is to just leave it in God's hands. So you guys, I don't want to make this video too long. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, comment, subscribe, do everything, share it on social media. I'm committed to this full-time ministry, this video ministry, traveling, doing everything. Guys, I don't know where things are going to go, how it's going to happen, but one thing that I will do is trust in the Lord. And I hope that I inspire you today to do the same. I bless you guys in Jesus' mighty name. Y'all know what it is. It's Los here. We on the throne of positivity where nobody shall dethrone us. We out.